The anime began when Akira Suzuki, a 29-year-old game programmer, awoke in his game world after a nap under his desk. He became overpowered, adopting the name Satu. Accustomed to overtime, he lived a solitary work-focused life. Furthermore, while adjusting to a Sunday train, he quickened his pace. Upon arriving at the office, he coded for Project War World, deemed too challenging. Suzuki proposed rewarding players for mission success without items, and his colleague readily agreed. During lunch, he helped a lost child who was quickly reunited with her mother. Subsequently, he returned to Code Freedom Fantasy, even as he couldn't help but envy a colleague's family time. Given his packed schedule, with no time for dating, Suzuki toiled through the night. Following a 3-day marathon, he addressed an inventory bug flagged by his colleague. In doing so, he felt a sense of accomplishment and pride in his dedication to the craft. After a brief moment of confusion, Suzuki realized he was working on Freedom Fantasy, not War World. He fixed the issue late into the night, finding some colleagues still at the office. Exhausted, he rested under his desk. Upon waking, he found himself in an arid land, akin to the FFL game world. Suzuki, now known as Satu, discovered he could access menus with his mind. He found himself in Dragon's Valley, facing formidable lizardman troops. Initially unable to fight at level 1, he hid, surviving their onslaught with a meteor shower. His XP surged. After defeating the lizardmen, Satu faced a lone survivor, ultimately triumphing. In the aftermath, unable to log out or save, he noticed his skills and level had skyrocketed. His wounds miraculously healed. While experimenting with meteor showers, he inadvertently caused massive explosions. His inventory now held unexpected items. With newfound riches, Satu rested, pondering the game's mechanics. The following day, he embarked for Warrior's Fortress, arriving near Saru City after a long journey. Amidst hundreds of soldiers, levels ranged from 7 to 31. In an instant, a fearsome wyvern attacked Satu. Although knocked down, he felt no pain. Surprisingly, he quickly hurled a pebble, diverting the wyvern toward the city. Swiftly, he rushed to catch up. Just in the nick of time, Satu arrived to witness the soldiers struggling against the formidable foe. Undeterred, Xena, one of them, bravely lunged at the wyvern but was swiftly knocked down. With lightning reflexes, Satu leaped to her aid, landing on a sturdy tree branch. Amidst hundreds of soldiers, levels ranged from 7 to 31. Meanwhile, suddenly, a fearsome wyvern attacked Satu. Although knocked down, he felt no pain. In his quick thinking, he swiftly hurled a pebble, diverting the wyvern toward the city. With determined resolve, he rushed to catch up. Arriving just in the nick of time, Satu witnessed the soldiers struggling against the formidable foe. Despite her fear, Xena, one of them, bravely lunged at the wyvern but was swiftly knocked down. With lightning reflexes, Satu leaped to her aid, landing on a sturdy tree branch. Xena awoke, despite Satu's warning not to look down, and was promptly frightened by the drop. Without a moment's hesitation, Satu scooped her up and leaped to the safety of the rocks below. They took the opportunity to introduce themselves, revealing Xena's role as a mage soldier stationed in Saru City. Shortly after, Xena's companions, Lilio and Ayana, arrived, eyeing Satu with suspicion until Xena vouched for him. Ayana inquired about Satu's background, prompting him to spin a tale of being a merchant who lost his wares during the meteor shower. The story held, and they accepted him. While en route to the city, they witnessed the soldiers victorious over the wyvern, skinning it for resources. Upon their arrival, Ayana guided Satu through residence registration. To his surprise, his status seemed to reflect pre-level up details, listing him as still level 1. After securing his residency visa, Satu bid farewell to Ayana, Xena, and Lilio. Ayana recommended Gate Inn near the entrance gate for accommodation. Following her suggestion, Satu was invited by a girl named Martha to stay at her inn. After they arrived, meeting Martha's mother was the next order of business. Once settled into the inn, Satu secured a room and ordered a meal. Meanwhile, Martha's mother instructed Martha to tidy up his accommodations. As she attended to her task, Martha's mother shared news of the recent meteor shower in Dragon's Valley, attributed to the Demon Lord. This revelation left Satu taken aback. However, Martha's mother assured him that the Demon Lord had been vanquished by a hero decades ago. After their conversation, Satu enjoyed his meal. Not long after, Martha joined him. He inquired about where to find his daily necessities, and she eagerly offered to show him around the city. During their exploration, they encountered two young demihumans colliding with a man who scolded them harshly. Ever the kind soul, Satu intervened, assisting in tidying their scattered firewood. Grateful, the demi-humans hurried off to reunite with their mother. Martha was amazed by Sadhu's kindness towards the demi-humans. She explained that they were despised due to past conflicts where they had caused harm to farmers. Continuing their tour, Sadhu demonstrated his bargaining skills, securing a favorable deal from a merchant. He even bought Martha a hair clip, bringing her delight. As they wandered, Martha showcased a dragon mask used in festivals, and the merchant displayed a wig fit for a princess. Encouraged by the merchant's words, Sadhu purchased both seemingly trivial items. On their return to the inn, Sadhu glimpsed a girl named Arisa boarding a cart horse. Their gazes lingered briefly before she vanished from sight. Back at the inn, Sadhu encountered Uni, a young girl employed there. He retired to his room, dining and resting. As he prepared for sleep, he pondered the authenticity of this new world. It was undeniably real, distinct from the world war in FFL. Sadhu attempted to access the menu without success, prompting him to venture out into the city at night. He considered that perhaps if he could conquer the game, he might find a way back. Yet, he remembered that the game was endless. His new purpose was clear: to delve deeper into this captivating world. Martha woke Sadhu the next morning, saying his girlfriend awaited downstairs. Confused, Sadhu found Xena, off-duty, inviting him to explore. They strolled, with Xena buying crickets, but Sadhu paid a thank you for yesterday's rescue. They sat at a park, munching, trying various city foods. Sadhu was intrigued by fried dragon wings, which were bat wings and soy sauce. As they prepared to eat, a child nudged Xena, staining her blouse. A mage offered magical cleaning. In an alley, Xena's blouse was swiftly restored. They continued, and Sadhu inquired about her magic recitation. Xena shared complex theories, her childhood magic education. Despite its difficulty, she cherished its usefulness. She even dreamt of flying. In good humor, Sadhu playfully suggested a flying date. She blushed, asking him to wait until she could fly. After a market stroll, they reached the fort. From there, Sadhu spotted a city windmill. Xena explained its dual purpose, a wheat mill and wyvern refuge. She suggested visiting. En route, they passed a temple. Xena invited Sadhu to stop by. Inside, a hero fought the demon lord, wielding a blue glowing holy sword. It was evident that only true heroes emitted this light. If unworthy, it stayed dormant. The priestess Orma clarified that wielding the sword wasn't enough. Only a hero summoned by Parian could defeat the demon lord. Orma, a noble's daughter cared for by Xena's mother, worshipped Parian. During their chat, Orma was called to aid someone, thus parting ways. They met the cart horse owner. While Xena bargained, Sadhu discovered many titles, including Godslayer. He wisely kept his powers discreet. Continuing their tour, Xena spoke of anti-dragon towers with cannons, a ruined one from a prior dragon attack. Sadhu inquired about the previous hero. Xena explained heroes were summoned when the demon lord attacked with a specific ritual. Different lords attacked each generation, some commanding beasts or demons. Finally, they arrived where priest Zakwin condemned demi-humans as demons, stoning 3 captives. Xena shielded them, rebuked by the priest. Appalled, Sadhu discreetly scanned and apprehended the instigators. A Galaran temple priest arrived to support Xena, asserting that priest Sequin could be apprehended for violating royal rules on torturing demi-humans. In the midst of this, Sadhu incapacitated the provocateurs and unmasked their leader, Hers. He exposed Hers as the true instigator, revealing Hers had supplied his demi-human slaves to Pre-Sequian and sold the supposedly sacred stones, inciting many. Suddenly, Hers transformed into a demonic form, impaling himself. Panic ensued, and everyone fled. Sadhu encouraged the demi-humans to escape, but their master, Urs, ordered them to stay, threatening harsher punishment if they disobeyed. Undeterred, Sadhu checked their status, finding they no longer had a master due to Urs killing Xena. Soldiers arrived to confront the demon, ignoring Sadhu's pleas. A magic circle formed, transporting them to the demon nest. Sadhu found himself with the 3 demi-humans, Pachai, Tama, and Lisa. Learning they lacked proper names, he christened them. After providing clean clothes and tending to their wounds, they expressed gratitude. While Sadhu studied maps for an escape route and located Xena and the soldiers, the demon was absent. Lisa, possessing combat skills, received a sword from Sadhu. They advanced through the labyrinth, with Tama and Pachai using heightened senses to detect threats. Lisa guarded their rear. Following a suspicious scent ahead, they came across a monster feasting on a human. Sadhu dispatched it with a magical weapon, cautioning them to keep it quiet. Sadhu crafted a spear from the monster's skin, while Lisa found a valuable pearl, the creature's core, which could be traded for goods. Sadhu broke their chains and armed them. Lisa taught Pachai and Tama to extract cores. As they progressed, their levels rose. Resting, eating, and rotating sentries, they pressed on. Overcoming numerous challenges, they entered a room with unique loot. Inside, they faced creatures, and the demi-humans triumphed without Sadhu's aid. Lisa sought permission to cook frog meat, which Sadhu granted. As they enjoyed their meal, their levels increased. They encountered a level 10 slime. Lisa instructed them on its weakness, defeating it alone. Suddenly, a level 40 beast approached. Though Sadhu struggled, he managed to defeat it. In a room filled with cobwebs, humans were trapped. Sadhu instructed Lisa, Tama, and Pachai to free them. The rescued were wealthy, promising rewards once free. One rescued man resisted Pachai, disliking being saved by a demi-human. Sadhu encouraged him to free himself. Jim Bolton grew irritated, threatening to burn the man if he didn't stop. They continued, hearing the sounds of battle. Sadhu and the demi-humans joined, finding slimes attacking soldiers. Sadhu and the three acted swiftly. The initially resistant man faced a monster, growing terrified when it retaliated. Tama and Pachai intervened. Sadhu defeated the monster, freeing Xena, apparently held captive by it. Xena aids demi-humans, grateful for her help. They exit the dungeon after defeating slime monsters. Subsequently, Sadhu detects an unusual wall section, finding a hidden door on the map, connected to the prior monster encounter. Meanwhile, a soldier uncovers a chest, releasing the demon that banished them. A duel ensues. Sadhu intervenes, swiftly vanquishing the level 40 monster. Donning a disguise, Sadhu confronts the demon, learning of a summoning ritual for a higher demon. After saving civilians, he faces the giant demon, but the holy sword lacks its full power. Sadhu switches to a magical gun, then a fireball, but the demon endures. Utilizing the title God Slayer, Sadhu triumphs. The following day, everyone reunites, including the once arrogant man, now grateful. Xena embraces Sadhu, relieved he's safe. In the hours that follow, the demi-humans officially become Sadhu's slaves, with Lulu and Erisa joining. Suspicious of Erisa's ease in saying his name, Sadhu tests her. Erisa startles everyone by understanding Japanese when Sadhu whispers to her. He buys both Erisa and Lulu, who get along well with the demi-humans. They dine at a restaurant, indulging in a feast. Sadhu shops for clothes and chicken skewers for Erisa, then generously shares food with hungry demi-humans he encounters. Upon returning to the inn, Sadhu arranges a makeshift sleeping space in the stable for them. Later, in their room, Sadhu declines their nighttime service, surprising them. Erisa's attempts at magic further astonish him. She confesses her feelings for him, revealing she's Takabana Erisa, once Japanese like him, now reincarnated with full memory. After buying the scarf, they return to the inn. Erisa approaches with a feigned air of sophistication, prompting Sadhu's mock amusement at her assumed ignorance. He instructs her to gather the others, recalling their conversation from the previous night. Erisa reveals her past as a princess of a once prosperous kingdom, where her strategic misstep led to its decline. Another kingdom invaded, leading to the execution of the royal family. Only Erisa and Lulu survived, meeting the slave trader Lisa. Together with Tama, Pachai, and Lisa, they joined forces with Sadhu, who provided them with funds for daily necessities. Erisa seeks permission to use magic if needed, and after contemplation, Sadhu grants it. Xena comments on the slaves' improved demeanor, attributing it to Sadhu's compassionate treatment. They decide to find a house and visit a housing agency. Of the three available houses, the first had a dark history, the second was near a brothel, and the third harbored a criminal base. Dissatisfied, they inform the agent, who promises to find more options. Later, they attend an opera, and after its conclusion, Sadhu sends Lisa to buy meat. En route, they encounter Ayana and fellow soldiers who fought fang ants. Some ants escape to the city, and Pachai and Tama arrive with a giant ant. Sadhu senses an impending ant onslaught and orders Lisa and others to arm themselves. The ensuing battle sees thousands of ants approaching the city, most blocked by a magic shield, but some manage to breach it. Pachai and Tama successfully defend against the approaching monsters, saving the inn. However, one ant reaches Natty's workplace, where Sadhu rushes to her aid. Though he defeats the creature, a poisonous liquid on the stairs traps Natty below. Fortunately, the elf manager uses his magic to lift her to safety, and Natty introduces her boss to Sadhu. As they scream in the light's sudden intensity, Sadhu spots an owl in the room. Swiftly, the owl transforms into another figure, launching an attack. Employing physical magic, Sadhu incapacitates everyone but Erisa. Together, they face the formidable foe named Zen, proficient in shadow magic. After a prolonged struggle, Zen retreats with Mia, revealing that to save her, Sadhu must venture to the cradle. He leaps through the portal, arriving in a shadowy prison. Through his skills, he breaks free and confronts Zen, who expresses surprise at Sadhu's arrival. asserting that only heroes can reach the cradle. Zen is then teleported out, leaving Sadu facing a colossal tree. Inside, he encounters the plant spirit, Dryad, who aids him in ascending to higher floors. On the uppermost level, Sadu battles humans created by the alchemist and a stone golem, emerging victorious. He encounters Dryad again, but she's weakened and immobile. Sadu revives her with water's help and ascends further. There, he faces a horde of insect monsters, triumphing over them. Reaching Zen and Mia, Sadu surprises Zen with his speed. Zen summons followers, and they gang up on Sadu while Zen escapes with Mia. Sadu confronts artificial human girls and stone warriors, defeating them all. One of the girls pleads for her master's wish to be fulfilled. Meeting Zen, Sadu learns of Zen's tragic history and his desire for a hero's end. With all his might, Sadu defeats Zen, who leaves behind a wedding ring. He retrieves Mia, who is still unconscious, as the cradle initiates self-destruction. Mia, familiar with Cradle's workings, can't halt the process but can teleport them out. Sadu takes Mia and the fainted girls to the previous room. Mia teleports with them, while Sadu rescues another unconscious girl. Encountering Dryad once more, she transports them out of the cradle. Upon their escape, unfortunately, tsunami waves approach. Sadu counters with fire magic, turning the waves into steam while carrying the girl's body. After narrowly escaping the disaster, Sadu reunites with Erisa and the others. With their former master gone, they accept Sadu as their new leader. He entrusts Zen's wedding ring to the girl, who plans to deliver it to Zen's wife. One of the artificial girls, whom Sadu names Nana, opts to stay with him. They return to the city and regroup. Mia requests to be taken to the elf village, and once preparations are made, they embark on the long journey. They rest in the hills, where Lisa prepares a meatless dish for Mia. As they continue, Mia showcases her leaf-based musical talent. Although they attempt to replicate it, their efforts fall short. At Eris's suggestion, they explore some rock formations, leading to the discovery of stone ruins reminiscent of a shrine gate. This triggers a distant memory for Sadu, hinting at a mysterious girl and a past life revelation. While continuing their journey, they encounter a community of rat men. Mia pays her respects at the rat men's tomb, honoring those who protected her. Their journey continues, and they cross paths with Dawson, a man who mistreats the locals. Sadu later heals an injured man with a potion, prompting Erisa to caution him about their limited supply. To overcome this challenge, determined to learn potion making from Zen's grimoire, Sadu devotes himself to research. After numerous trials, he successfully concocts potions of high quality. In order to maintain their potency, Sadu realizes they need a specific type of bottle, leading them to the nearby town of Kananu. Upon arrival, they visit an alchemy store, but discover that all suitable bottles have been purchased by a man resembling Dawson. The shopkeeper directs them to a pottery shop, where Sadu is offered pottery making lessons. Later, they overhear a conversation in a tavern, revealing a plot to disrupt the potion deliveries to the illusory forests. Returning to the city with a carriage full of potions, they are pursued by assailants seeking to destroy the bottles. Despite their efforts, some potions are lost. In Kohanu, they meet Birkin, a nobleman involved in the conspiracy. After a heated confrontation, Sadu is given until evening to produce 300 potions. Despite collecting the necessary ingredients, they face a bottleneck without suitable bottles. The owner of the pottery shop offers unexpected assistance, allowing them to craft their own vials. In the meantime, Ineni diligently creates potions. As evening approaches, Dawson attempts to interfere with their operation. In a moment of desperation, Sadu intervenes, leading to a confrontation. They manage to complete the potions, but face resistance when delivering them. However, the Earl of Kohanu arrives, and the plot unravels. With the crisis resolved, they continue their journey to escort Mia to the land of the elves.